Having some issues? Lauren will help you out with the assistance of our listeners. Let's do it. Get at Lauren.
All right. Here's one for you. It's kind of a long one, so I'll paraphrase as much as possible. At Lauren, my husband and I are new parents. We absolutely love our 8-month-old son. But something has happened that makes me wonder if he's cheating on me. We share a computer and he syncs some of his files to it so he can work on his laptop or on our shared computer. Yesterday, I was adding some photos to our shared computer and happened to click on a folder called Recent Documents. One of the folders was labeled Work Project, so I was curious, and it was a folder of photos and videos of him and another woman.
Dope.
It wasn't recent. I can tell it's all from a few years ago, but it was definitely during the time that we were together and maybe even while we were married. So I asked him about it, and he told me he had an affair a few months before we were married. He said it was a mistake. It didn't last long, and he ended it. But here's the thing. He insisted we name our son Alex, and it turns out that Alex is the name of the woman he had an affair with. Now it reminds me of his affair each time I say my son's name. I can't get over it. It's gotten so bad, I've told him we need to start calling him by his middle name, Spencer. My husband says this is ridiculous and would be too hard to explain to our family and friends. Am I out of line here? Is that too extreme? I don't know if I can get over this. Woo!
Okay, so she had some suspicion. Mm-hmm. Did a little bit of snooping, even though it was on a shared computer. And finds out that he indeed did have
relations with that woman.
Right. Alex.
Who their son is named after.
He's 8 months old. The kid's 8 months old.
You know what? If I'm that wife, I'm calling my kid whatever I want. And if people want to know why, I'm going to direct them to my husband. You can explain it. I'm sorry. He said that'd be too much to explain to people. It's not too much. It's not too much. You just don't want to do it. Because you don't exactly come out smelling like a rose. Do you, Kyle?
Right.
I don't know his name's Kyle.
There's like
I don't
those
know.
celebs or politicians or athletes that get busted and then they apologize. You're not sorry. You're sorry you got caught. Mm-hmm. You're not sorry. You named your
You're
kid
obviously
after
not
your
sorry
mistress.
if you named your kid after.
Freaking disgusting.
Ooh.
My heart breaks for this girl. Like, big time. What do you think? Man, get at Lauren. So basically she's asking us what? What should she do?
Yeah, kind of. What does she do? Is it too much for her to start calling her son Spencer?
Oh, my God.
And she doesn't know if she can get over this. I wouldn't be able to if it were me.
I don't know you, and I'm having a hard time getting over it. What do you think? Get at Lauren. Call us now if you can. 441-Y107.
Get at Lauren.
One text just came in, Lauren. Kick his bleep to the curb. Mm-hmm. Get the stepping, fool.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm not somebody who jumps to divorce first thing, but I am someone who is highly realistic. And I know myself well enough to know I am never going to get over this. I don't care what we do. I don't care how much counseling we go to. I'm never going to get over it. You need to leave.
He named their child after the woman who he had an affair with.
Yeah. Their child.
This 8-month-old boy.
With his wife. After the woman that he cheated on his now wife with.
Yeah, because the affair happened before they were married, but obviously while they were together. And for at least we don't know how long they've been married, but the kid's 8 months old. Mm-hmm. He's had these photos and videos from several years ago, is fair to say, on his computer still.
And also, I'm pretty sure her email said she looked in recent documents. Recent documents, he did something in that folder recently.
Yeah.
He did something with those pictures or those videos recently.
Whitney in Jeff City.
I think that's some deep-seated psychological warfare, and she should change her child's name and her name.
So you mean leave him and get a different last name?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I've been through not as far as naming my child because we already had children, but it's harder if you try to stay and work it out when that's just always on your mind.
There's something, and I have known several couples that have forgiven affairs and have worked through some things with lots of prayer and counseling and hard work together as couples and have come out the other side of it fantastic and great. There's something about this extra stab
of the
name thing and keeping the video and the pictures on this computer hidden in this file and all of that stuff that tells me that I don't know if it's...
I don't feel like he was sorry.
No.
Hell no. No, because every time he talks about his kid or thinks his kid or, anything with that, he's thinking of her.
Also, does anyone else find it gross that this was a woman that he used to sleep with and he named his child after that person? Like, that's a weird, sexual,
Yes.
I don't like that.
Yes.
It's not like he named it after a woman that he was madly in love with. It was a woman that he supposedly used to only sleep with, right?
Right. There's other stuff to this story that he's not letting out either.
Yes.
And then that's also a problem.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's a problem.
It's kind of like a reverse Oedipus thing in some way. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Get at Lauren.
Need any help or advice, please email me, lauren@zrgmail.com. Okay?
Yep.
This particular person found out that her husband had an affair, found out that their child is now named after the woman that he had an affair with. Mom is wondering, I would really like to call him Spencer. That's his middle name. Dad says, no, that'd be way too hard for our friends and family to have to relearn a whole name for a baby. So... Dad doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't think you get a
So
say.
she wants advice. What should she do?
Maria, what's up in Columbia?
You tell her. I agree with Lauren about the part. The past is the past. You can't change the past. But what you can do is do something about the present and the future. Because I really believe in karma. What goes around comes around. And when that baby gets old enough and everybody's talking about, I'm named after my grandfather, who you named after? And when he asks his parents who he was named after, it's going to come back on his daddy. And that's when the wife is going to get over it and she's going to be able to let it go because that baby is going to make him pay for doing that to his mother.
Yes.
It's going to come back on him.
Yep.
That's what I think because he did it for the wrong reason and he did it underhandedly and everything that's done in the dark comes to light one day. That's what I believe. So
it does, and you have to listen to the judgment of your own child.
Yes, because his son is going to come. It's going to happen. If he's still alive, when that baby gets old enough and say, Mom, Dad, and she's going to be like, go ask your daddy.
Yep.
Tell him who he's named after and why. Man, I wouldn't want to face that one, from my own child or grandchild, and plus you don't do that to kids.
No.
You just don't bring your personal life into another child because like you said, that child is innocent. You don't give him a name that you done been sleeping with somebody and then you want to name it. Come on, really?
Yeah, it's one thing if you want to keep pictures and videos and whatever hidden. Okay, that's one thing. But to bring an innocent life into this world,
exactly, because you're right. That baby had nothing to do with it, and now he's stuck with a name until he gets old enough and 18 or whatever and changes it by legally, or if the mother decides to go on and switch it. Or she can call him, and if she wants to call him Spencer, she can call him whatever she wants. She carried him for 9 months. Okay?
I think so too, yeah.
Yes. Amen.
Who carried the baby for 9 months and wasn't having an affair? Yeah, it's up to mom.
And dealing with what's going on. Exactly. So he ain't got nothing to say. Really, he don't. And every time he'd open his mouth, I'd be like, no. You have nothing to say. Shut up.
18 years worth of la 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 la.
Man, wow. Keep the text coming. This is a tough one. I feel so bad for this lady. So bad.
I do feel really bad for her, but she came to us for advice.
Yep.
So far, all of the advice has said you need to rethink this relationship.
The relationship and potentially, honestly, legally changing his name if that's where you want to go.
It's not hard. When they're babies, it's not hard.
Yeah. He's 8 months old. It's a lot easier to do now than if he was, a teenager or something.
He's never going to remember being Alex.
Yeah.
But you always will. That's the worst part, is that he may never know.
Yeah.
Mom will have to live with this forever.
All the stuff in that baby's room that's got his name all over it, tough.
Text at Lauren now. 800-500-Y107.